Yeah. We got the gospel according to Mark with a C in the house. He is I and I am he in the house. Just taking some time to tell you what's on my mind in the house. Check it. It's been about a week since I saw The Black Panther, and I enjoyed that movie. I talked about it on a previous video, and it made me think, because not so long ago, we all saw Star Wars, The Last Jedi, and those of us who have a shred of fucking brains in our mind understand how that movie was lacking. The many ways that that movie was lacking, and it let us down, and it put itself directly in the fucking toilet bowl of creativity and flushed itself. But, The Black Panther. Alright, now a lot of people love this movie. A lot of people like this movie. A lot of people were meh on this movie. And then there are some people who just fucking hate the movie. You know, that's their right. Personally, I like the movie. And when I reflect upon the movie, there are some things that I look at and I try to compare and contrast a little bit. Like I ask myself, why did I hate Star Wars The Last Jedi so much? And why did I appreciate The Black Panther so much? And the lazy answer would be, for people who just take everything on face value, the lazy answer would be, well, you're a black guy. You're supposed to like The Black Panther. Yeah, man, fuck it. Hey, shut up. Anyway, looking at Star Wars The Last Jedi and The Black Panther side by side. All right, now I usually boil these types of movies down to the villain, the antagonist, because as we know, movies are made or broken by the bad guys, okay? So we look at the big heavies in these movies, each of them respectively, and you look at The Last Jedi, and I would say it's safe to assume that the big bad in The Last Jedi is supposed to be big baby Kylo Ren. Okay, so you got big baby Kylo Ren on this side, and on the other side, you have brad-ass Erik Killmonger. Okay, so we're going to say Kylo Ren versus Erik Killmonger. Like, compare and contrast. Why did I find one to be so sorely lacking, and the other one to be so, hey, that's a really good villain, man, you know? And a lot of it has to do with motivation and the way that they're presented on screen. Let's take Kylo Ren first, shall we? Kylo Ren. What motivates Kylo Ren? Does anybody know? Anybody? Okay, let's think about it. Let's work each other through this. Let's help each other to try to figure out what makes Kylo Ren tick. Let's say that we're Kylo Ren's guidance counselor and we're his school psychologist and we're trying to figure him out. What's your problem, Kylo? Okay. Kylo Ren, let's go to his parents. His parents, Leia and Han. I'm kind of unclear. Were they together when they had Kylo Ren? Or were they married? Were they cohabitating? Like, what was the deal? Did they all, like, break bread together around the dinner table? What was it? You know, what was the nature of their family relationship? Because I remember in, I think it was The Force Awakens, Kylo was talking to Rey, and he was speculating as to why she felt so attached to Han. And I think he said something to the effect of, I'm not quoting him, it was to the effect of, you see him as a father figure. And then he says, he would have disappointed you. So, I think it's safe to assume that Han disappointed his son, which is not an alien concept. I mean, I can see that. You know, Han isn't exactly Mike Brady. You know, he's not exactly, you know, like make room for daddy material. You know, Han is a scoundrel. You know, so, okay, of course, he was going to be lacking as a father. That's no big surprise to anybody, I think. So he let his son down, all right? But he still has Leia as a mother and Luke, of course, as an uncle. So where exactly did Kylo go wrong is my question. Like, what happened, man? What made him decide that he wanted to embrace the dark side? What happened? Because you would think that he would have grown up with cautionary tales. You talk about cautionary tales that our parents used to tell us. Try growing up with someone telling you that your grandfather went to the dark side and became the Sith Lord and was responsible for the deaths of billions of people across the galaxy. But he came back. After all that he did, he came back over to the light side. So Kylo would have had to have had all of that story. So why did he just fixate himself on the dark side when it came to Darth Vader, when it came to Anakin Skywalker, his grandfather? Why would he decide this is who I want to be when he knew that that represented his fall? But then he came back over to the light side and he achieved some type of salvation. You would think that would be the moral of the story, rather than the moral of the story is, you know what, I want to be a fucking bad guy and I want to kill people. And your mother is Leia and your father is Han and your uncle is Luke. Like, how does that make sense? Like in The Force Awakens, Kylo is seen struggling with his urge to be good. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like he was fighting the dark side. He was actually fighting the light side. And even though he didn't want to kill his father, he did it because he just wanted to be bad so much. His father said, we can go home. You can, your mother is waiting for you. She will hug you. She'll give you Fruit Loops. It's like, go, and it would have been so easy for him to do that and maybe complete his training and, be a hero like his grandfather was, come back. But no, he decides, even though, Father, I'm tempted, I'm going to kill you anyway. I'm going to kill you because I just want to be bad, and I don't understand that dynamic. Who is like that? We all struggle with the bad inside of us, but who struggles with the good inside of you? Okay, so then on the other side, you have Erik Killmonger. All right, now, Erik Killmonger, I feel like, and it's just my opinion, guys, I feel like they did a much better job showing what motivates this young man to be the way that he is. It's like we all saw what happened. His father got killed. What, am I supposed to say spoiler alert here? I don't know. Whatever, man. But anyway, who cares? I don't see why people feel the need to do that. If you click on a video, you kind of know what you're going to get. You know what I mean? So anyway, Erik Killmonger, on the other side of things, his father was killed. And he was left on the floor dead for his son to find. So his son, Erik Killmonger, is a child when his father is killed. He's outside playing basketball on some fucking torn down basketball court in the hood somewhere. So after his uncle gets through killing his father and flying away, he leaves his nephew to find his slain father on the floor with some claws in his chest. And he leaves him there in the ghetto without a father. We don't even know anything about his mother. I didn't read the comics. Maybe his mother is represented in the comics. It wasn't represented in the movie. But he leaves him there. Fucking, I would have been mad too. Shit. You leave him in the middle of the hood. You don't even give him a lunchbox, or you don't give him anything. So he left him there. And the kid has to grow up some kind of way. So he is aware, at least, of his heritage. So the irony and the hypocrisy is always going to be there with him, because he knows he comes from this rich land of Wakanda that he's never seen. And he knows that he's got a birthright in this country. But these people pretty much shit on him and left him there on his own. So I think you can understand why he might just have a little chip on his shoulder. And he has to live his whole life like that. Not just himself, but the people around him he has to see in a state of degradation. Talking about, the black people in the hood, and everything. They're fucking ignorant, you know what I mean? They're having kids out of wedlock. They're depending on the government for handouts. They're always blaming the white man for all their fucking problems. And he's got to grow up around all this, thinking to himself, we could be self-sufficient. We could be productive. We could be proud. But that's not what he sees. So by the time he catches up with T'Challa or the Black Panther, you damn right, he's ready to kick ass. And he's twisted and he won't be denied. And that's the reason why he's killed so many people. When you see all those dots all over him, it represents a kill, man. It ain't just one little teardrop, like some of these pussies got, and they try to act like they're doing some shit. It's like Erik Killmonger's got it all over his body. And he says it in the movie. T'Challa tries to make peace with him. And he says, listen, we don't have to do this. We don't have to fight. Killmonger's like, fucking man, I waited all my life for this. Your ass ain't getting off. You know what I mean? So he proceeds to whoop T'Challa's fucking ass, as you would imagine he would. And this is the thing, I might not like it, I might not like what his plan was, but I can damn sure understand it, you know. And by the end, he's still not compromising. You know, by the end, T'Challa is still like, listen, we can heal you, you know, you can come back, you can, you know what I mean, you can live, you know. And Killmonger is like, nah, just let me die, throw me out in the ocean, you know, like all of the you know, the poor souls who jumped overboard on those slave ships, you know, who knew that it was better to die than to live in bondage. Whew, man, talk about heavy. And this is what I'm talking about. That is clear motivation. Not justification, mind you. Not justification, but motivation. That is clear motivation for why that man was the way he was. And that's the way you draw an antagonist. And I wanted to point that out because for all the talk that people do about The Last Jedi and how they don't understand why people object to certain aspects of The Last Jedi, that's just another example of many about how lazy the creative team were behind this movie. You know, it's like you could have given Kylo Ren some more motivation. Like you could have shown why he would have been seduced by the dark side. There had to be a reason. You just can't say he's fucking like a glorified cosplayer. As far as I'm concerned, he just puts on a costume and decides he's gonna ride out and do what he thinks Darth Vader would do. But the question is why? This man is killing people, and clearly he's powerful. But he's powerful, and he wants to be bad. But inside of that lies the question of why. Why does he want to be? And showing Luke standing over him with a lightsaber in that fucking bullshit scene, that's not enough. You know, we would have had to know, was there a problem between him and Luke before that, where he would have thought that Luke actually was going to kill me? You know, shit, man. It's like I've had my son wake me up standing over me before, looking at me with a crazy look in his eye. Shit, man, I didn't think my son was going to kill me. You know what I mean? I just had to tell my son, yo, don't stand over me when I'm sleeping, kid. You know? I don't want to wake up and have to do a roundhouse on you, boy. You know? But, yeah, that's my thing. It's a very weak case that they make as to why Luke and Kylo had a falling out. And they can do better than that, man. I think that if you're getting paid millions of dollars, it must be because you have a creative brain cell in your head. So use it. Come up with something that doesn't insult the viewer. You know, and I just wanted to use that example of Erik Killmonger to show you how it fucking should be done. Rian Johnson. Maybe Rian Johnson you can learn from Ryan Coogler. And one of the things you can learn from Ryan Coogler is how to spell the fucking word, the name Ryan. R-Y-A-N. And that's funny because that's coming from someone who spells his name M-A-R-C. I guess you could say the same thing with me. Mark learned how to fucking spell. It's M-A-R-K. What can I say? I spell it M-A-R-C, so it is what it is. But anyway, I just wanted to, once again, take that opportunity to shit on The Last Jedi. So anyway, this is The Gospel, according to Mark with a C. Catch you on the next one. Rock on.